you're doing well today and that you had a great holiday and hopefully a good start to a new year. So I'm here to play some banjo for you. My name is Daniel Graham and I'm a local, I guess, banjo player, kind of oddly. But I'm a professor at Georgetown College here in Georgetown, Kentucky. And I started making banjos a few years ago and started playing them. And so we'll play you some songs for a little while, and hopefully it'll take your mind off some things that are going on in the world. So we're going to start with some slower songs. I won't play too many fast songs today. I actually injured my hand really good, and when I do things, I do it right. And so I actually put a chisel in my hand when I was doing some woodworking stuff a couple weeks ago, and it's still healing up after a number of stitches. So we won't be playing any super crazy stuff. So anyways, we'll get started right now. This is a song called Down by the Willow Garden. I also brought in a new banjo for you guys to see. Not a new one, but new to y'all. And we'll look at that in a second. This is a song I don't think I've played on here before. A really old song called Shortening Bread. The lyrics are ridiculous, as most old time kind of stuff is to us today. But it's a fun little tune. So here we go. Let's try that one. That one weird. Shortening Bread. Here we go. This is one of my wife's favorites, and it's an interesting one that she thinks is her favorite. It's called Wild Bill Jones. So, here we go. Nice low key one. Now, I always joke about this one because the names, I think the names of these songs are so really funny and interesting, and where they come from a different time, and they feel kind of slightly out of context, at least to me. And so this one's called Shove That Pig's Foot a Little Further in the Fire. And, no idea why, once again, but fun one. There's a fun fiddle tune. If you have a lot of people going together, this is a really lively kind of tune. Now, on the topic of goofy titles, I think this one's also an interesting one. This one goes by a number of song names, and a lot of times they do this, is you'll find one song that a lot of people know, and they'll have it by different names based off the region that they're from, or who wrote it, or who translated it for them. And so this one has three major names. It's called Miss McLeod's Reel, or Hop High Ladies, or Have You Ever Seen the Devil Uncle Joe? No idea why those three connect in any capacity. And they all, it's the same tune, and they'll have different lyrics to it, you know? Anyhow, so I haven't played this one in a really long time. Here we go. Have you ever seen The Devil Uncle Joe? This is Red Rocking Chair. And my wife and I sang this song, or she sings, I don't sing. You'd be not a good gift if I gave that to you. And so, but she sings this song really well, and it's a really fun one to play around at in the evenings in our house. There you go. Red Rocking Chair. That's a fun one to play. Alright, this one's called Grub Springs. We'll play it a little slower, just my hand here. I like how I can blame things on injury. I've never had to that opportunity. So if I mess up, it's not my fault. It's my fault that I'd stab my fellow children. That's right. I can't wait till we can have people back in here to where we can ask questions and hang out and talk and tell stories. I miss that.
I agree.
Yeah. I know that the library is one of our favorite places as a family to go for a lot of reasons, not just books, but to see people we know and love and to be, part of this community. And so I'm excited about that day whenever that day comes soon. Okay. This one's called Jenny Ran Away in the Mud Tonight. And I think I've said this before, but I thought it was interesting. It used to be apparently Jenny ran away in the middle of the night. And because of the accent of someone, they wrote it down and translated it as mud instead of middle. And it's just been that way ever since. But then it's like, we can correct ourselves. We can go back and rename it. But I think that the story of it becomes more powerful sometimes than the typo. All right. Jenny ran away in the mud tonight. This one will play a little faster. This one's called Banjo Picking Girl. I don't think I've told this story on this one that I like. my wife and I recorded an album of a lot of these songs that we play in the evening times when I'd relax after a long day playing banjo, because something about banjo, and it sounds counterintuitive, is quite meditative and relaxing. And I think it's from learning how to play. It's not a matter of playing, because some people like the banjo being played fast. It's not my flavor, but the type of stroke of learning how to like just slow down was really great for me personally. And so I would play in the evenings, and my wife would sing along with some of these songs, and we learned them together. It was really something fun for our family to do. And this one became quite fun because it's got some fun little lyrics, and she added her own little one in there about, it's the lyrics basically always say, I'm a banjo picking girl traveling around the world, and she said that she's going to Kentucky to find her banjo picking boy, which I thought was a cute little line she added. Anyways, this one's called Banjo Picking Girl. One of these times, we'll have to have her in here and sing a song with me. I don't know if that'll ever happen with our time and stuff, but I think it'd be really fun.
I think that would be awesome.
All right. Talking about old time stuff, and it is interesting, these songs, oftentimes people write lyrics, and then as they change through time, people add or change things. Like my wife added a lyric in there, and whatever, that becomes our version. Everybody has their own kind of version of a song. And this is a song from West Virginia called Phoebe Ice. I have no idea what the lyrics are. It's kind of a song that you can't really find lyrics on. Just the song has been passed down, at least to me. And so for some reason it sounds like puppy dogs. That sounds weird, but like my daughter and I were sitting here and we wrote all the lyrics about dogs being in a pound and rescuing puppies. I don't know why, but it fit. And that's all I think about now when I play this song is rescuing puppies from a pound. I don't know. So anyways, this one's called Phoebe Ice. We'll have to change the name of it. Here you go. change up banjos here, that way I don't have to change tunings. I was often in front of you guys. They all sound different. I know if you've heard me play before, it's fascinating how all of these instruments sound so different and feel so different and play so different. The strap. Double check here. The benefit of sitting in front of a fireplace is you're warm. The downside is that it messes up all your instruments. There's our troublemaker. Alright, that'll be fine. Okay. This one's called Rye Whiskey. One thing I've never explained about this banjo that's really interesting is if you notice there's a picture printed on here, it's actually printed on the inside from a woodcut that I made that is like a stamp that I printed on the inside of the head of this. But behind that is actually a piece of paper that I've made that is adjustable for sound. And so I adjusted it yesterday. I'm going to show you how I adjust it today. If I pull this piece of paper, it has little tabs with magnetic closures. If I pull this piece of paper away from the head of the banjo, it makes it incredibly loud. So if I was playing with a fiddle player or in a concert, it makes it loud and like resonant. And if I'm playing by myself or for like you guys, I'll push it up closer and it makes it quieter. So I'm going to adjust this a little bit.
That's quite interesting.
It's a big difference.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, musicians, actually, banjo players specifically, can adjust that. Like I have a sock in the back of there. My wife always says, "Don't show people that." But that's common practice. You stuff a piece of sponge or a sock between the sound post and the back to actually make it louder or softer. There we go. I'm going to tune this up again. It's something that's a little off. And these are all very sensitive. Sorry. he's always sensitive because this bridge actually floats. It's not attached to anything like a guitar. And so as you adjust one string, the whole thing will subtly move. So he has to adjust all of them. Okay. This one's called Rocky Island. This one I always play. It's one of my favorites to play just because it's very active. I'll see what I can do with my hand. It's called Snowdrop. So this one is called Sal's Got Mud Between Her Toes. And it's a jazzy tune. All right, here we go. Now, I'm going to pull out, this is a different banjo than I've pulled here before, I believe. And this is actually one of the first ones I ever made. I was moving around the shop this morning. I thought I'd just bring it. When I first learned to play the banjo, I didn't know what I was doing at all, right? So I made a fretless banjo, which is like this, where you have no frets, so you don't know where your fingers are. And then I realized I needed to know where my fingers were because I didn't know anything. So I had to add frets back in here. But this is a tin can. It's made from a paint thinner can that I took all the paint off of and then added paint back onto it. And I painted mug shots from the 20s in Australia. So I have a lady on the back, and her full length is on the side, full length on the side, and the guys on the front. They had so much class as criminals back then, and I don't know what happened. Anyways, so I think they're interesting. It's also interesting because it gets louder when you take the cap off. But anyhow, so I brought that in today. This is one, like I said, the first one that I made, and I learned to play on. It's a fun one. So this is a song called Shooting Creek. I thought it was fun just to share. It's soft because it's just kind of a personal player. It's not really let for performances. So we'll put the can away, but I thought I'd bring it out for just one song.
Awesome.
It's got a totally different sound, just because of the can. And you hear a lot more percussive sounds because of that. So when your thumb hits it, you hear it hitting. It's interesting.
That's cool.
All right. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and get started. This is called Shady Grove. picking up on sounding good? Okay.
Mhm.
So-
Yeah.
This is a quite simple song, but I don't know why I like it so much. It's called "Fly Away, My Pretty Little Miss." That's one of my favorites to play for some reason. Okay. We'll play a little Angel on the Bed. That's it. Okay. So let's switch over. Oh, let's see. Got to tune this one up real fast in front of you, and then we'll be ready to play. This is a fretless one, and it's a fun one to play. Let's see if we can go back through here. Yeah, let's start. And so it has a very different sound to it, obviously. Because there's no frets, you can make all sorts of fun noises. So, this one is called Hook and Line. let's go ahead. We're running out of time here. We'll play a few more songs. Let's see if we get this right. This one's called Darling Cora. This is called On the Road Somewhere. Close up, we got one more here. Is that right on time?
Mm-hmm.
We got one more. I thought I'd close out with an unusual one for banjo, but I thought it's good for the beginning of our year. And it's Old Lang Syne. enjoyed hearing some banjos, seeing some banjos, learning a little banjo history, whatnot. And we'll see you all next time.